We're going to make an ulnar gutter orthosis. So there are a lot of different things you can do with this orthosis. You can include one or multiple digits. You can include one or multiple joints. So for this video, we are going to include the ring and small finger, and we are just going to extend it up to include the MP joints. So first, to make the pattern, you apply the paper towel ulnarly and position the patient in intrinsic plus position, which is full extension of the IPs, flexion of the MPs. So on the dorsal aspect here, I'm palpating the MP joints of the digits that I want to include. So I'm palpating the small finger MP, the ring finger MP, and then I'm going to mark after the ring finger MP joint. Then you're going to extend that up until you want to stop. So if you were including all joints, you would go the length of the finger. We are just including the MP joint, so I'm going to stop and mark at the PIP joint, and then you will bring that down the length of the forearm. Then on the volar side, same thing, so I'm palpating the small finger and the ring finger. I'm going to mark in between those, and then I'm going to mark at the PIP joint. Next, you're going to find the base of the thenar eminence and then connect those. And then again, extend that down the forearm. We do want this to go 2/3 the length of the forearm, so I do need it to be just a little bit longer. And then you can kind of just connect those on the side. So then when you're done, it should look something like this. For this orthosis, since it is covering the ulnar aspect of the arm, you will want to pad the ulnar head just to avoid irritation there. When the material is ready, you apply it ulnarly, lining it up with whichever joint that you are including. I'm going to go ahead and tag it at the wrist here to help hold it up. Then you can tag in between the digits that you are going to include. Like I said earlier, we're going to include the ring and small finger. I am going to roll it down to free up the PIP joint, because for this one we are only including the MP joint. And then you want to get a good mold into the palm and on the dorsum of the hand. On the dorsum of the hand, you want to make sure that the material is covering the MP joint of the included digits. Then you want to position the digits in the intrinsic plus position. You also want to watch for deviation. You want to make sure that the digits don't fall into ulnar or radial deviation. Same thing with the wrist. You want to position the wrist in neutral and make sure it does not fall into ulnar or radial deviation. And then you can just mold the forearm portion. Once the material has cooled, you can mark it for trimming. So here on the volar side, we are going to go between the digits that you want to include and not include. So here, the last digit was the ring finger. So we're going to go just next to the ring finger and bring that straight down. And then we want it half the width of the forearm. Same thing on the dorsal aspect. So we will knock off where I tagged it. And then just after the ring MP joint, we'll bring that straight down onto the forearm as well. Here's the orthosis after trimming. So first I trimmed the dorsal and volar sides to bring them straight down. Then I opened up this area here between the digits that are included and not included. You do want this area to be open here so that you avoid irritation or limiting of range of motion of the adjacent digits. Velcro placement for this orthosis, you will want one around the base of the forearm, one that sits just proximal to the wrist, one piece on the dorsal and volar aspects of the hand, and then one piece on the dorsal and volar aspects of the fingers to go around the included digits. Here is the final product of the ulnar gutter orthosis. So you'll have one strap around the base of the forearm, one strap just proximal to the wrist, one strap around the hand, and I did go ahead and cut this so that it sits comfortably around the thumb, and then one strap around the included digits. Final things to check for with this orthosis, you want to make sure that the joints that are not included in the orthosis are free to move. So here we want to check for PIP and DIP, flexion and extension. And then last, you'll just have them wiggle their adjacent fingers to make sure there's no irritation areas there.